Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is. But anyways, man, it's funny. Like, things always come full circle. Like, you have these fools that be from out of town, and I tell them all the time, like, you get to speaking on the coast, you speaking on the culture, you speaking on LA and LA County politics. You half the time you don't even know where LA's at. You be like, oh, you mentioned places like that's in San Diego, or you mentioned places up north. Like, you always get things twisted. But I always hear this criticism about the culture of Los Angeles and the fact that, you know, the dudes from LA are goofies, and because all this stuff that's taking place on the internet with the whole Brick and the other dude, and, you know, all these other dudes that's constantly finding a negative spot in social media as far as like their antics and the shit that they're doing and the shit that is getting them caught up. And it's see, that's the thing. When we're in a state of validation. Cats are always looking nowadays for validation. If it ain't clout chasing, it's seeking validation. If it's not seeking validation, it's self-incrimination, self-snitching, involving of others, because you can't narrate your story without adding other people in. See, that's the thing. Like, self-snitching is only on yourself as long as it involves you. But these dudes cannot tell a story without involving people that may have been privy to the information at that time. So that's where it falls into play. But a lot of selective politicking, I see it a lot, especially with the stuff that's taking place, like in not only the music industry but just in social media period. Like, you got to do Young Thug, and I like Young Thug, not really so much anymore. Just once you say certain things, like I really can't deal with you after that. 6ix9ine, when 6ix9ine was doing his Goomba, even though people were like, oh yeah, that's weak, I liked it because it was turn up. That's the type of music that I'm in. I always like music that got me like amped up. Like, you didn't need drugs, you just had the music on turn up, you'd be on some, and he had that type of energy, plus his voice was rad, whatever. So that there was real power behind this thing. The rainbow hair, I didn't really trip because it didn't mean nothing to me. It just had rainbow hair. It's something to add to people wanting to stare and wonder what he's with and what he's on. Mine is on the music. But then when he turned out to be a snitch, I was like, oh, I can't, you know what I mean? Or it came down to picking a side, and so I chose the West Coast. It's always going to be that way. But and it's true. I've seen something with 6ix9ine, and he was like, why ain't nobody saying nothing about Young Thug? And it's true. This is selective. Like, now it's like, regardless of the crime, regardless of the fact that he was telling and they got him on tape telling, that's not AI. We'll just say alleged, because, you know, when information starts to get exposed, people start wanting to, you know, get your channel snatched down. So we just say the alleged telling of Young Thug. But I mean, if you listen to the thing, like, oh yeah, well, I don't want to mess up you guys, you know, basically your case by telling you something, you know, whether it may be true or not. Like, I don't want to get involved, you guys are my friends, like, you just don't tell the world. Like, that right there, like, if dudes say that that's not telling, then you are a snitch yourself. Like, that, there's no getting around that. Dude was called out as a snitch, and that's snitching, regardless of whether the dude that he snitched on forgives him. Because nowadays, as long as you got money and if there's any chance that you might take me to the next level, a lot of dudes that sell their soul. It's prime example. You got trash in the media right now. Dudes can reach out and touch them, but they ain't. It's different from dudes like me that don't got that type of reach, as far as like, I'm not searching up fools' address, I'm not doing none of that doxing, I'm not doing none of that. You know, I'm not on that hacker stuff. You know, there's a lot of gifted hackers, but I'm not one of them. So, you know, for the most part, a lot of these dudes you're never going to run into. But there's some dudes that actually know where these dudes reside and where they rest their head. And they don't do absolutely nothing about it. And they won't do nothing about it. They'll spew the same stupidity, and not even stupidity, but they'll say the same, oh, if I catch you, I'm going to do this. But you know where he's at. You just ain't going to go do nothing because you're scared to go to jail, which is smart. Because when you're in jail, you can't do nothing anyway. The same fool that you reach out, if you don't snatch his soul, he's going to be back on the street, and you're going to be in jail for the rest of your life. And eventually, you probably going to fold too, because it wasn't really in you in the first place. There's a lot of dudes I see that it wasn't in them. There's a lot of dudes I know for a fact, if you did the same time I did, you would have folded. If you'd have faced the same pressures I faced, you would have folded. Even right now, these dudes are folding over stupid stuff. Oh, well, you know, you got caught with a tranny. Oh, well, you're just gay. That's it. You know, chalk it up. You ain't from your hood no more. You're into men, or you're into people that, you know, whatever, alternative lifestyle. That's your choice. You get high, you do stupid stuff. That's your choice. Live with it. I ain't got no problem with it, dude. Like, I ain't got no problem with it. It's not within my right to check you. You ain't from my neighborhood. If you're from the hood, you just get put off and that's it. Like, nobody's gonna kill you because you know you're a slinky lover. It's that's on you. You like ass, that's on you. I like ass, but I just mind the female persuasion. But if you like that type of, that's you, dude. I'm not gonna risk getting life because you did that. You turned out to be some cake pop, but that's not even shot at, you know, whatever. Everybody can live the life according to the way I live my life, the way I want to every day. You know what I mean? Whether hard or slow, I live my life now. But there can't be no selective politicking, especially regardless of the money, regardless of the stature, regardless of you're hoping that dude's gonna take you to the next level. Everybody needs to be held accountable, and I'm not telling you to go out and try to put anybody in the dirt, because a lot of times ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just some dude in the media that was probably trash from the gate that just you knew couldn't handle it and he folded. Going about your business. If it didn't involve my hood and I didn't have, or they weren't within, you know, close proximity, I'm going about my business. I'm not searching for nobody. Who wants to spend all their time searching for a fool that wasn't even your problem? It's not, they didn't snitch on you, they snitched on somebody else. So why are you going out of your way to try to put somebody under or unalive them? For some credit? Dude, you're gonna get a thank you and that's it. Are the fools that may have been looking for them are gonna be like, oh, you know, good looking, but that's it. They ain't giving you no money. And even if they give you money, a lot of these are gonna turn around and tell you when the pressure builds anyway. So it's one of those things that's like, when like this, like I'll just be honest, like I wouldn't go out of my way to search for Young Thug. Even if he was slipping on the street, I'm not going out of my way to look for him. I'm not even trying to cross paths with him. And if I did, as long as it ain't no, I'm going about my way. You know, to be honest, that's double S. Like, dude, that's your problem. Deal with him. I'll walk right by him. It's not on me to correct the fools on the street. Now, if it was different, we're in a cage and dudes ain't getting at him and it falls upon certain thing, yeah, I'm gonna handle my business, but I walk right past them. Now, if you double S, that's different. I'm probably gonna jack you. Like, no, let me stop, because that's too gangster. Like, I would pass you up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't really trip. I don't put myself in situations that I cross paths or trash. Now, if it happens, it happens. And you handle whatever accordingly. You have a choice within that time. You have a choice. In that moment in time, you have a choice. Either you can do what you feel like you probably gonna do anyway, or you can walk, or you can just avoid them outright. It's no shame in doing it. You know, there's a lot of cats that just ain't with that program. So walk away from them if you ain't gonna do nothing. Don't even let them see you. Or be a crash out. And most likely that's what I am, a crash out. I'm too stupid to do otherwise sometimes. Like, I'm constantly trying to correct it, but I'm just sometimes to be smart, but the dumbest individual, because it's something in my head that don't work right all the time. So I'll probably rush you, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not planning on seeing a lot of you that ain't in good standings. Like, I don't put myself in, a lot of you don't really put yourself in this in the circles that I be in anyway, because it is a chance you're gonna get caught. So, you know, that's all I see. Now, selective policy. And the whole reason I brought up Young Thug is the simple fact that people went in on Gunner. They went in on Gunner. They went on a lot of fools. But then certain stuff was saying, oh, well, you know, it's the same exact thing as what Gunner did. But nah, that's not snitching because it's family members. That's because it's Young Thug's family members. But you got all these pointing the fingers. Everybody, when 6ix9ine got cracked, everybody pointed their finger at him. I didn't really care. I already knew that he wasn't with it like that, and that eventually he would fold. You can tell. But I didn't go out of my way to just be like, I don't listen to his music because I don't support. I don't like R. Kelly. Loved R. Kelly stuff, but the simple fact of what he's busted for pushed me back. Other people like, I'm gonna still support him. That's cool. That's on you. I don't bump this stuff because I know what he is. It just reminds me. I would just feel dirty about it, and that ain't gotta be you. You can support him all you want. Some people still support Bill Cosby, but you know, it's all how you see it. You know what I mean? People like, I'm a Michael Jackson fan, hardcore, but they're like, oh well, Michael did this. Well, it wasn't proven. He beat it in court, and that's the same thing that with the homies. You can have whatever, but if you, as long as you beat it in court, fools can't really say nothing. But it's just for that time period of having that case on what's to come. Like, that's the only thing. Like, if you have people that's willing to wait and wait for the outcome to pass judgment, that's different. But being double S, you're gonna get judgment passed on you right then and there. Oh, you got an orange? Oh, it's it. You don't have to. You won't get a chance to clear your name unless you PC up, and then you just gone anyway. So it's like, it's one of the things. My advice to fools like that is just don't do it. Don't do it. Keep your life straight. Don't do stupid stuff, and it is what it is. But yeah, this selective politicking that they be doing in the streets, even in Los Angeles, even in Los Angeles County, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You got fools that outright supporting fools that they know are no good. Like, no, that's why, like, even with the Northerners coming down here, like, I don't really trip on it, because I'm like, dude, okay, if you get caught slipping by the right person, you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna erase you, and that's just what it is. But I'm not going on my way to be on them fools like I used to. I used to be on their, like, you know, on their head, no diddy. But just then I realized it's just a waste of time, dude. It's like, if I ain't catch you myself, or I ain't really getting on that page with you, it's different. Like, I'm gonna just leave it like that. But you know, that you got fools talking. You got that Miklo looking fool that keep coming down from Washington, like, you off-brand buster. Like, that's the trip. Like, and don't get me wrong, we got Southerners everywhere, but the Northerners had a different program. So it's like, you an off-brand buster. You know what I mean? Like, I did see a homie say Woody was better, but Woody too. Like, it's like, dude, I'm not coveting no buster at all. It's just what it is. Like, and that's the thing. You don't like us, we don't like you. It's just what it is. It's crazy how, even that, like, some fool was like, oh yeah, you're a black, you know, whatever. They like to use that S word. But it's like, dude, you got black fools that are buzzers too, or you fools dress and act like a certain way. So what are you talking about? Like, and you fools are wholeheartedly invested. It's not like fools cosplaying and don't really like blacks. These are wholeheartedly, a lot of you fools think you're like, I'm just gonna leave it like that, because it's not even to get on you. The whole thing was talking about Young Thug and the fact that dudes need to start selective politics. If your home is trash, push them out. If a dude that you've been listening to forever turns out to be trash, push them out. Anybody that's trash, push them out. You ain't gotta throw your life away, but don't put yourself in their circles or in situations to where you're interacting and rubbing elbows with them. If I was to go to a show and see a trash, it's crash out time. Even with all these freaking gray hairs, like, I don't want to be around you. Like, and I would feel offended that you would be out trying to, you know, do whatever, knowing that it's gonna be solid homies within your mix. Like, you asking for issues. So whatever happens to you at whatever in whatever situation you end up in, that's just you. You chose that. You chose that life. You know what I mean? You obviously came out wanting that smoke. So Young Thug could never point the finger at nobody. He can't point it for that Woody. He can't point his finger at Gunner. He can't again. Saying that you'll testify and actually testify is nearly the same thing, but it's different. Like, it's different. It's all comes down to, but that's on them to whether they want to, you know, give them a pass or whatever. But that straight out telling, and that's just a straight. But then again, it falls on them. This video is just to let you cats know that from out of town, because I got a lot of you that's been on my stuff from Memphis to whatever. You've been on my stuff and always got something to say about the homies. Like, oh, you support this, and them fools are able to tell them blacks, man, you're a lie. You're a lie. And anybody that has ever got away with some stuff like that got away and stayed gone. Because if you do it, it's a wrap. There's no covenant, nothing. No snitch, no rapist, no nothing. No nothing. Like, for the people that understand that's way in the back, that's not understanding, they don't support none of that. And that's for a fact, dude. Like, that's for a fact. So Yeah, start the selective politicking. Like, start holding these dudes accountable, and you ain't gotta go do nothing to them, but start pushing these fools out, man. Get up out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, because a lot of cats get down different than the homies anyway. So you ain't, then go ahead and just push them out. Hey, fool, court them fools all, get up out of here. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna throw your life away. It's different. A lot of homies are gonna crash out and take this fool's soul because we can't, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, do yourself a favor. Don't select a politic. And I hate to agree with that little piece of, you know what I mean, but he's right. People set their own terms. 3 o'clock he snitched, 12 o'clock he snitched. So it's different than him because, you know, he's not really black, or he's not really the, hey, snitching is snitching, dude. You ain't a civilian. You don't have no right. Anything street, you don't have no right to say nothing. I don't call no cops. A little worse at it being security, like, even, and I don't even work security no more. It's like, you want the cops call them. Call them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fall on the security. You call them. You got a phone right then and there. You're not in distress. Call them. I'm gonna let them right in the gate. Like, call them. That's on you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, it's just a lot of things. But yeah, selective politics, man. Young Thug, man, I feel bad, but whatever. Not bad for you, but just bad at the fact that you know, you open your mouth and said what you said on tape. And you know they tape you when they do these type of things. I don't know why you would slip like that. Like, that's just crazy. That's, yeah. He should have listened to that one fool that continued to run on social media that everybody knows an informant, but, you know, nobody really doing nothing about it. But that's a typical, you know, it's that's a typical, you know, train of thought. Anyways, I'm out.